Hello everyone, it's Lisa here with Serenity Love. And it is time for this week's edition of the Spiritual Insight through Creative Imagery. And today I got a really beautiful image, and it took me a while to get it because I've needed some rest. So Spirit let me get some rest before they opened this up to me, and this beautiful message unfolded or bloomed. And what it was I saw this image of roses. And now, please don't judge my flowers, because I recognize that what I drew originally versus what I ended up drawing here were two different flowers, and what you're going to see looks more like a tulip to me than it does a rose. But please envision a rose, okay? Because roses have thorns. And that was the first thing I saw, was this beautiful flower, soft, colorful, full of scent, right? Just fills your senses with all this beauty and just wonderment. And I saw 111. But then I also was shown the thorns, right? And I heard protected beauty allowed to bloom. So when we know that we are safe and we are protected, know that we allow ourselves to grow and to bloom. So then I got that part in the very beginning, and it took several more minutes for the remainder of the message to come through. And and that was part of the message, because what I heard then was peace, patience, and practice. Peace, patience, and practice. Okay? So it says, so patience, things can bloom while at peace, right? So not stressed, but at peace. So patience is required to provide space for growth, and to practice gratitude while waiting, and self-care, or stress will stunt the growth. So when we think about that, when we think about the analogy that Spirit is providing for us here, right, with thinking about how a flower blooms, and in this case a rose, it takes time for that bloom to grow. It has to sprout, it has to grow. It produces a small little bulb that we can start to see that something is changing, right? But it takes time and patience. And that's what it says. Growth takes time and many pieces learned to make a noticeable change at times, right? So allow for patience with yourself. Don't expect perfection, okay? Because some of these flowers, well, there's not a single rose that's going to bloom and look exactly as another. Every petal is different, and every piece, and every petal will open at its own time. Now the thorns are also noticeable, right? And they're a reminder that sometimes life can hurt us, but can still have purpose. So find the lens of truth, bringing forth a silver lining that can lead to a renewed purpose. These thorns always pointing up, aren't they? So if you run your hand from the bottom of the stalk up the flower, you will never get hurt. Up towards the bloom to the flower, you would never get hurt. Everything is pointing upward. But if you go the other way, ouch, right? Ooh, you will get stung by that. That will hurt. So what Spirit is showing is that they said that these thorns point you upward to the blossom of growth, and can hurt when you move backwards into them. And that is the reminder that we're moving forward and to let go of the past. Don't go backwards. Backwards hurts. Go forward. Keep moving forward. And then I saw the sun and I saw clouds with rain, right? And it says, they said that, you know, to get things to bloom and to grow requires sunlight and rain for growth. See the positive even when it's raining. Also, fertilizer will help. It will help it grow bigger, brighter, and more spectacular. This fertilizer, and that is kind of what's supposed to be represented down inside the grass and the dirt here. This fertilizer is your superpower, okay? Because it is self-love, it is confidence, it is resilience and fortitude. They're asking that you express gratitude for every little or big accomplishment, because every step, in this case, every bloom is needed, right? And every flower that we continue to grow, that fills our love, our heart, with more color, more softness, and beautiful scent, keeps away the shadow. So allow the sunlight to help everything grow. And even when it's raining, see the beauty that is providing you. Okay? This was really a beautiful message. One that took patience to bring forth. That is true. Yep. A lot of times I can get these messages right away and quickly, clearly, and I can jump right through what I need to do for this in a matter of a half an hour or so. And I've spent an hour and a half to get here today. And I am grateful. I am grateful. I will be at peace. I am at peace. And I will practice my gratitude. So, to help me with my growth, how about you? From my heart to yours. Until we see each other again, take care. Thank you, Spirit.